So this next set of videos is really going to peel the onion back on Amazon as a company, how they're structured, what they value, and using that information to dissect and understand what we can do as sellers to align with what Amazon is looking to achieve and to understand how they may reward certain behaviors on their platform. So the key point for this particular video is to understand the value system of Amazon and how it aligns these values to the performance of third-party sellers. So first of all, what does Amazon value? So I think to reverse engineer or understand anything, you must first understand its core principles. And in this case, what are the core principles and values of Amazon as a company? First and foremost, something that underpins everything that they have done up to this point in their history and that informs all of their employees is customer obsession. Everything they think about, everything they do, everything they implement is rooted in what best serves the customer. Secondly, despite having hundreds of thousands of employees and being decades old in one of the largest companies in the world, they have this mantra called day one, which basically means that they take each day as though they're starting from scratch. Each day is a chance to innovate, to improve, to step up their game. And that beginner's mindset, that day one mindset, is at the baseline of everything that they do. And lastly, they're there to deliver results and frankly make money. Their goal is to generate as much value for their shareholders and create a future where Amazon is a thriving enterprise. So the cool thing about Amazon is they actually have published publicly their leadership principles. And there's a total of 14 of them that we're going to summarize here real quick. We talked about customer obsession, but they start with the customer and work backwards. And this is really important to understand their systems and their incentives and how they reward sellers. Second is they've got an ownership mindset. So leaders are owners and they think long-term and don't sacrifice long-term value for short-term results. They invent and simplify. So they really put a standard on innovation and invention from their teams and are always trying to find a way to simplify things. When you do things at the scale of Amazon, you can imagine the millions upon millions of transactions. They've got to think about scale. They've got to think about invention and simplification. They are right a lot. So basically they put a high pension on making the right decisions. They like to learn and be curious. They're never done learning and always seek to improve themselves and the business. They hire and develop the best. So they're looking to raise their performance bar with every hire and promotion. They recognize these exceptional talents within the organization and they're willing to move them. One thing that's important to realize if you ever deal with an account manager or a particular group within Amazon, the change is pretty rapid. So the fact that you've got one person for more than a year is pretty rare. Oftentimes most folks, especially the talented resources within Amazon, are going to bounce around and move into other teams and divisions. Next, they insist on the highest standards. So they obviously have a high bar for which they manage themselves and their business. They think big, which I think is indicative of the large markets they've tackled and won in. They've got a bias for action. I really like this one. So speed matters in business. We talked about this in one of the core commandments of Heist. But they look at decisions and actions as being reversible. 10th is frugality. Is they're always looking at constraints in the business and doing more with less. They like to earn trust. They like to dive deep and stay connected to the details. So they're really into refined business processes and understanding how everything in the business works and expect that of their employees. They value employees that have a backbone, that disagree and commit. So healthy dialogue amongst teams is encouraged. And then finally, again, one of those core 3 pillars we mentioned in the slide before, delivering results is important. So leaders need to focus on the key inputs for their business and deliver them with the right quality and in a timely fashion. So those are the leadership principles of Amazon. So 2 core things, if you ever want to understand rollouts that Amazon has, how they incentivize sellers, how they reward listings, follow the customer. What's best for the customer? Amazon is going to incent and reward those things that are best for the customer. Secondly, in terms of delivering results, follow the money. Understand how they monetize their Amazon marketplace business. Where do they make their money? Where can they make more money? The more that you align your business and your listings and your products and your brands and businesses to those things that make Amazon money, the better you're able to understand and recreate success in terms of performance on their platform. So this is the infamous Amazon flywheel, which is really the engine of astronomical growth they've been able to achieve with their marketplace platform. At the center of it is the growth of Amazon and the platform itself. And really their goal was to create the most selection, the lowest cost products that exist in all of commerce, which improves a customer's experience. The more positive experiences customers have, the more they're going to come back and tell their friends to increase traffic. The more traffic there is on the platform and money to be made, it's going to attract more sellers like us and more product innovation that exists on the platform. And this whole system breeds economies of scale that reduces cost structure, that lowers prices, which again improves customer experience, which leads to more traffic, leads to more sellers, leads to more selection, and it goes on and on and on. So this in a graph explains exactly the thesis and the system with which Amazon's been able to find success with their marketplace platform. So for us as sellers, let's correlate some of these behaviors and these things that Amazon has implemented with what us as 3P sellers can diagnose to improve our own businesses. First of all, Amazon wants the best product selection and the lowest prices. This is exactly why they created the 3P program, or the third-party seller program, where anybody could come and introduce their products on the platform. This is why they incentivize the best products, the best prices, the best performing products with organic ranking. Efficient logistics is another major thing. So you can ship stuff into a wide variety of Amazon warehouses. They manage it end to end. They manage the customer experience, etc. And this has led to the FBA program, or the Fulfilled by Amazon program. And they've also opened up opportunities for us as sellers to deliver our products to customers using their platform with a program called Fulfilled by Merchant, where we basically ship out to customers. So efficient logistics and operations is at the backbone of what they do, and they have both the FBM and the FBA programs to fulfill product to customers. Next, they really value customer experience, so the right product at the right time, and they've created a massive monetization mechanism with the Amazon pay-per-click program to help sellers and help all those on the platform to introduce those products, the right products, to the right customers at the right time. And then finally, they really value trust. Obviously, review quality and nefarious reviews are an ongoing battle that Amazon has had to fight over the last 5+ years. Hasn't gotten easier, but they are fundamentally focused on reinforcing the trust of the platform. If they don't have trust, if the reviews aren't authentic, if the products aren't good and don't deliver on the promises and expectations of customers, they really don't have a platform anymore. So reviews and recommendations has become a massive programmatic focus for Amazon as a business. And then if you wanted to really sequence this in terms of how us as third-party sellers on the Amazon platform can succeed and align with these values, first and foremost, and all these things we're going to get into obviously in the FBA Blueprint course, is a customer archetype, a deep understanding, a customer-first understanding of what the needs, wants, desires are of the folks you're selling to. Second is we look a lot at data evaluation. The cool thing, and I would say probably the most profound thing about the Amazon platform, is the fact that we can reverse engineer with either external software tools or tools within the Amazon platform to better understand the data which drives performance on the platform. Next, we really think it's important to look at offer development. It's probably one of the most critical elements of success on Amazon. If you've got a good offer and product and a well thought out offer and product using data and understanding the customer, you set yourself up to be much more successful on the platform. I always like to say it's like a one-round fight on Amazon when you're launching a product. If you don't go for the knockout in the first round when you're launching, it's incredibly difficult for you to find success later. So there's a lot of focus and importance that is on the launch of a particular product. Traffic and conversion really underpins and is the formula that underpins all of digital e-commerce sales, and Amazon is no different. He who has the most traffic and he who can best convert that traffic is going to win on the platform. You're going to be rewarded with the most organic rank. You're going to be rewarded with lower pay-per-click costs. You're going to be rewarded with better performance in terms of reviews. All these things steamroll and create your own flywheel for a particular product. And then finally, all of this stuff works within an ecosystem of operations management systems. And this is really the engine and the oil that keeps this whole system running. So looking at an Amazon product specifically, this is basically a flywheel example of what an Amazon product is and how successful it can be. First of all, you've got to have traffic coming to your listing. This is pay-per-click, it's external ads, it's getting organic ranking on keywords that matter. But the more eyeballs and clicks that you have on your particular listing, the better you're going to do. The more traffic you have matched with a really strong offer that meets the needs of those customers is going to create the most conversion, which is that third rung. The more things you convert, it equals more sales. The more sales you get, the more review velocity you're going to have. The more traffic, conversion, sales, reviews, the more organic ranking you're going to get. And then it continues. If you get more organic ranking, you get more traffic, you get more conversion, sales, reviews, etc. So our goal here is to really focus on traffic, offer, conversion, sales, reviews, and organic ranking. If we can do all of these things at an elite level, we can win on the Amazon platform.